Welcome to my channel. I'm Sean and I will be reading you a story. For today, we have a story called Royal Undertaker. Let's begin. Weird how a man can get accustomed to the sound of bells and women crying. And then there is silence, a little pause to respect the dead. You respect them, but those living have no respect for you. They see you as the one who took their loved ones away, yet they look for you when they are in need. Be gentle when you lay down the coffin. Make the first few shovels drizzle with the dirt while you bury them. Dig the hole wider so they have space down there, they said, like Dad would care. Masons began their work 2 days ago. If they are able to raise a castle, shape lion statues from marble, they are sure enough skillful to make a crypt. This was their third. They smirk and spit in my direction, forgetting we will meet again, with me standing above the hole they go into. "You shall be the Royal Undertaker," a lord proclaimed 6 months ago. Who would knew I will be having a lot of work as a Royal Undertaker? This was the third prince I was to lay below. But this wasn't an ordinary prince. It was the youngest out of 3 boys. Heavens no, princes don't die like simple boys with fever or getting an accident around the river. The black line peeped from the afar as the knights rode in and stopped to see what is happening with us. My sons held their horses while the 3 men paced around looking at everything with a frown. "Is it finished?" The tallest yanked my collar. "Aye, my lord, it is. The hole is dug. The masons are working hard. The crypt is ready," I said in a shiver. "If anything goes wrong, you will accompany the prince," he added through a grin and left. I waved at the servants to put down the red cloth around the hole and stretch the ropes. The second group was done setting the flowers and broomed the ground so everything was ready for the ceremony. And the column? It was stretching for as an eye can see, slowly advancing to the final destination. When the first line of girls casting petals entered the cemetery gates, I set my mask on and buttoned the black robe. Soldiers carrying banners formed a passage for the rest of the royalty. The king rode in, followed by the queen and maidens helping her step. The chariot came and the lords dismounted at the gate. Lumina priestess had no eyes for me when she came closer and I had to give her space. She waited for everyone to come and encircle the crypt before she began chanting. A young lord stood in the crowd. A man of slim figure, boned and long face, pale of skin, and dark around the eyes. Someone would mistake him for one of my sons. His greasy short hair was about to cover his pupils, so he kept moving it to the back. He was a nephew to the king, a man of bad reputation and great ambitions. Nothing was said in the crowd while the chant was being recited. Occasional whimpers of a queen, the grievous snorting of the princesses, and king's grunts whispered within the crowd. One lord came forward to hold a eulogy for the 80-year-old laid in the white casket. He made long pauses. His reading wasn't the best. There wasn't the sight of the oldest princess. She must be sent to the duchy of Dronstad as an offer of peace. I doubt the emperor will take her for a wife. Not with that horse face she was blessed with. She will be a good hostage though. The queen fainted, and the king knocked his head aside, grunted, and pointed to the servants to take care of her. The lords stood motionless. They waited for the Lumina priestess to bless the crypt and leave it to me to do the rest. Priestess ended her part and proceeded towards the path with a gasp in my direction like I was made of shit. I signaled the servants to fetch the ropes and we laid the coffin down. I took the special shovel, polished and new, to cast the first load of dirt. Lords and dukes looked at me all in silence. I was careful to not throw it harder on the coffin, not while the king is watching. Our lord stood up, turned and pulled his cape over his legs, and then he began walking away. The loyal subjects followed him. He did leave his knights to supervise the rest of the burial and consolidate the masons to build a crypt faster. It seemed that the king accepted the death of his last son rather boldly. Peasants witnessed the ceremony from the tree line, some actually going to bury their own kin. Sad. Lumina had no time to deal with these people. That's why she left them in my capable hands, full with blisters. "Isn't it strange for our king to lose all of his sons so quickly?" a sweaty servant of mine asked while leveling the dirt. "I think it is strange that all of them died as soon as somebody mentioned the coronation," the second one added through a slight smirk. "What do you think, master? Isn't it strange how king lost his sons?" the first one asked, but I didn't want to be bothered with it, so I grunted and shook my head away. "Deaths will stop when the king lays his crown on the right head," I whispered, almost with a full voice. Harantar the Beautiful had a bad luck choking on a pork loin. The Alantin, the swordmaster, was unlucky to fall drunk from a balcony, and the youngest one, Virendal the Jolly, fell asleep and never woke up. It is sad, really. I gasped and pulled another shovel over the lump of dirt. I wonder did they notice how purple were his lips, in contrast to the white wood of his coffin. A sly smirk from the second servant made me hit him, and knights laughed from afar. "Murdering a prince is an act of war, you dumb fool. And you know we don't bury hangmen in this realm. No burial for warmongers and traitors." I sniped him with my mask and he rubbed his throat, thinking of what the words rolling off untamed tongue could lead to. Emperor of Dronstad could be behind this. The first servant leaned forward and said, "Rumors." It is too early to point fingers. The enemy is always closer than you think. Dead don't tell stories, but the next one we bury will tell a ton. I ended the conversation there and ordered them to finish the job, and watched out for the big ears on the masons and knights around us. The end. Tell me what you think about the story in the comments, and take care. Bye.